Hi there, my name is Ross Johnson. I'm an Autistic Savant from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and today I want to talk about meltdowns and temper tantrums, the difference between the two. Meltdowns can look like temper tantrums, and temper tantrums can look like meltdowns. But the difference between a temper tantrum and a meltdown is the temper tantrum is goal-oriented, while a meltdown is not. Temper tantrum can look like screaming, hitting, self-injury, throwing things. It can be is also can be mixed behaviors. With meltdowns, can be the same thing. The only thing with meltdowns is that meltdowns are a reaction to overstimulus, where a temper tantrum is a reaction to not getting a want or something that the person wants, or is a reaction to a consequence. So, if the child is in a temper tantrum, or out of the temper tantrum, is looking for a reaction with his behavior, and avoids getting looks to avoid getting hurt in the tantrum of behavior, it's a temper tantrum. In a meltdown situation, the behavior may look the same, only it may go out of proportion, and the person may not look for safety, may not look out for their safety or other safety, may become self-injurious, may injure others, may throw things, punch walls, depending on the severity of the meltdown and the triggers. You also want to look for things that would trigger a meltdown. So, sensory overload would precede a meltdown. Usually, stressors like loud noises, unexpected routine changes, natural disasters. Like for example, I ride the bus, and I like riding the bus. And when I make a plan, like if I make a plan to do something, I have to do it. I can't change it, even if it's a bad plan. Like for example, I myself like to travel on the Via Rail Canadian, the train that goes from Vancouver to Toronto, Vancouver in Canada. And I make a plan, the travel plan, and then my support worker says I can't go because it's not planned correctly. I'll likely have a meltdown because it's a task that I've already created for myself, and it's a plan, and since I've already started it, being my autism, I have to complete it fully. And so I would have sensory overload from not being able to go, cause me too much stress, and I would have a meltdown. My meltdowns look like major temper tantrums. I know I scream, I cry, I have like my sensory toys. Sometimes I become a danger to myself, like I self-stim by poking my eyes out or scratching to a point where it bleeds and stuff like this. So that's it. It kind of looks like a temper tantrum. I'm not looking for attention or such, but I'm throwing a fit, if you will. No, it's just to roll on the floor or anything, but try and run off from my situation, and so that's what I experience. Now, what I'm doing to combat those things or redirect my mind, it's a good thing for me. What I found is doing calendar calculation is one of my savant skills. I'm an autistic savant, so I do calendar calculations is one, and that is a good mental exercise to redirect my mind into something I'd like to do. So a good redirection technique for your autistic child or autistic adult that it's constantly has temper tantrums or meltdowns. If they can verbally communicate with you, or if you can keep them safe, good, and they're verbally able to think. Most people, when they get in a meltdown or temper tantrum, aren't able to think because they're so overloaded with already information. But if you get them into a safe place, so with a meltdown and say with a temper tantrum throwing things, you want to get any dangerous objects within their proximity away from them, so they can't hurt themselves throwing things or hurt the house, or give them space, give them quiet, maybe put them in timeout. Timeout is a good, like timeout for me is really good. I just put myself in timeout. I'm 36 years old. It's not timeout we usually refer to someone as like a toddler or whatever, but timeout or a place to relax timeout is good for me. Like for me, when I put myself in timeout is where if I know I'm getting overstimulated, gonna have a meltdown, whatever, or temper tantrum, I'm like want something that doesn't happen. Like for example, what I said today, when I ride the bus and I can't go, I would have a temper tantrum or a meltdown. Meltdown is to say overstimulus, but that would be more like a temper tantrum. So if I need time out, I would just shut my computer off, grab one of my sensory toys. See if I have a sensory toy around here. Oh, it's over there. Sensory toy. I'll get my sensory toy in a sec. So this dinosaur T-Rex is one of my sensory toys. I can use it to calm myself down in a temper tantrum situation or a meltdown. I'll show you how. So his tail under here, if I rub his tail, it's really rough. Or his back, see if you can see his back. Rub it like a pet, and his tail, especially right here, I'll hold his tail. I can pet him, and it really calms me down because he's rough. So tactile sensory, so it usually calm down. You can buy these at any Toys R Us store. Like Toys R Us carries these plastic dinosaurs. They're about $20 Canadian, and it's really priceless for someone special needs, autism. It doesn't have to be autism. It could be ADHD. It could be ADD, or anything with special needs. People can use them. My video is about autism, of course, because I have autism. So yeah. So timeout for me would like shut down the lights, turn off the computer, turn off the electronics, maybe have a bath, get into my pajamas, and have a nap. And a nap is really good because it resets your mind. It gives you time to rest. You can see I haven't much sleep. I didn't sleep last night, but anyways, yeah, a nap is really good for about an hour. No stimulatory, no music, no nothing. Just a break from the reality of what I have to do that maybe caused triggers. So anyways, that's my video about meltdowns and temper tantrums. I hope that helps help you guys understand about that stuff. And comment below, and remember to subscribe. Cool. Take care.